Sockless slides into jeans into t-shirt combo. Don't sleep on it. That's all I'll say.
That's pretty disgraceful.
They're massage slides though.
Does that make them more credible?
Yeah, well they're just pretty fucking.
What does massage slide mean? Are they like the ones with the bumps in the bottom?
Yeah, look.
You didn't sell it anymore.
Mate, I'm walking around in max comfort. They're unreal. They're unbelievable.
Okay.
They're game-changing, life-changing product.
Yeah, I just had the normal ones.
Do you have Birks?
No.
Would you ever get a pair?
I don't know. No, probably not in the near future.
I reckon I'd get a pair of Birks.
I feel like I live too far away from the beach now to own Birks.
Yeah.
I guess you could wear them in a city, but it's not my vibe.
I kind of like them. I like the idea of the Birkenstock, the sock and Birkenstock combo.
Yeah, I like it too.
Yeah, I like the thought behind it.
I appreciate it. Just turn my mic off. I've never done that. I appreciate it on other people, but I don't like picture myself. I don't know. I'm impartial.
I reckon you could be a Birk guy.
You reckon?
Yeah, I don't reckon you write yourself off.
Okay. Well, I'll try to leave my options open.
Yeah, just think about it.
Yeah, baby.
Yeah, baby.
Marshall gets away. Marshall's still going. Marshall's got Richards coming up outside. Now inside.
All right, what's up, nerds? Welcome back to the Barflies podcast, episode 46. Little 2-week hiatus. We didn't acknowledge it hardly at all.
We didn't acknowledge it at all. We said nothing.
It sort of got to like Thursday last week, and we were like, "Oh,
Podcast.
we have one. We're supposed to do one this week.
We need to put an episode out.
We just didn't have time.
We did. We simply didn't. Well, a couple of things happened.
That's not just us saying that either. Like our work schedules collide when it gets to the tail end of the week.
Yeah, it just not happening. And then like you've got stuff on Friday. It's never gonna happen on a Friday.
It's simply not gonna happen.
Yeah, Thursday is a push at times. So if it doesn't happen Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, it's hard to see it happening. But you know, we're back. We're doing it. We're actually back on a Monday today. Monday midday. We're here. We finally made it.
As promised for the last 2 months.
As promised. Because Cody has quit the cafe. Had enough of PDA Jake. He said, mate, I can't fucking stand you and your hot chocolates and your fucking stupid PDA in this public space in the cafe. I'm done.
Well, there's only so much a man can handle at 9 a.m.
Yep.
There's only so much you can take, and I just got to breaking point. I was like, you know what, this isn't for me anymore. Why am I getting up at 6 a.m.
and watching you lick lips, mate?
Yeah.
Lock lips and lick lips.
It's just not on. We won't divulge into it again because it's been unpacked many a time.
True that.
But that brings us back to the Monday pod. Cody returns to, bartending.
The grand return. Similar to how Michael Jordan left the Bulls, played baseball, returned to the Bulls. Similar sort of thing, but in the field of bartending.
Correct.
That's the kind of vibe going around.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the most perfect welcome back to bartending is like, I want to say 20.
Yeah, about that. Yeah.
20 of my mates sitting, 4 meters from me.
The whole time.
The whole shift drinking beers.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, this is fucking great, isn't it?
Fantastic. Yeah. Thank you. Thanks, guys.
Thanks for coming and sitting right in front of me.
I think I got a video of you while you were working. And I was going to post it, but I was like, oh, it's a bit rough. But then I was like, nah, it's not.
That's all right.
But I completely forgot I had it until we're talking about it right now.
It's fine. It was kind of good to see everyone, actually. I was happy you guys were there. I didn't actually tell anyone I was working.
Well, you told me, but I forgot.
Well, maybe I mentioned it earlier in the week.
I
to a
forgot.
couple people.
I forgot.
Yeah, and everyone walked in and was like, wait.
Yeah, because I was saying, because Cody's roommates, Ege and Kane were there, and I was like, where's the K-man? Where's Cody? And they're like, he's there. I'm like, where? And I turn around and you're like, yeah, mate, what can I give you? Someone at the bar, and I was like, oh, that's
True.
right. He's doing the double today.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But how did it feel quitting, walking out So talk me through you handing in your letter / telling them, and tell me about the final shift. Anything of note?
No,
No. So there was no big drama, no dramatic exit.
not really. My one co-worker, you heard that right, one.
That you're mates with.
No, I only had one co-worker by the end. That's how
scat.
understaffed we were.
That's so scat.
It was me and one other. And my boss would work on the floor with us because we were so understaffed. So my one co-worker
So you
left,
just threw them deeper into the deep end.
and he's quitting today as well, he told me.
We'll see. Oh,
Well,
no.
fuck, I don't know. It's just not a very good,
Yeah.
like, just culture there. Anyway. No, nothing of note. When I told them, they were kind of like bummed. They're like a couple, the owners.
Yeah.
And they obviously wanted me to, that sounds so arrogant, but just like purely on the fact that they have no other staff,
Yeah.
you need people who know what to do to be there.
Mm.
So they wanted me to, they're like, oh, can we get you to stay? But after that, it was kind of just like, they forgot. And then like on my last day, I was like, all right, see you guys. Thanks for everything. And they were like, no worries. See ya.
Bye.
It was very bizarre. Very bizarre.
So there was
It was
no,
almost like I wanted to feel sentimental about it, but I just
did not.
didn't.
Yeah.
Um,
Not in any way.
no, not really. And then I walked straight out of there and walked and started at the union like
Couple
an hour and a half later. So, oh, that's out the bag already.
Yeah.
So,
You
you
know.
know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Mate, you forgot. You moved on. You moved on
moved
quick,
on.
mate.
Tell you what though,
Feels good to be back in the
it's
arena.
good to be back.
Yeah.
It's good to be back.
But you get your mornings back,
You,
mate.
you do, and you don't lose it. You
No.
just don't lose your bartending ability.
You do not lose that.
Um,
What about your cocktails? Are they any good?
I hadn't made any. I did a few at Nara, a few cockies.
Yeah.
So I've definitely got it in my
Repertoire.
arsenal.
Repertoire. Yeah.
I'd have to dig deep though. I'd have to really dig deep.
Yeah,
I
right.
might have to, get Google up a couple of times just to check what
That's
spirits in what cocktail. But
Is what it is.
I'll figure it out.
Cross
It's
that
good.
bridge. Cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah, and like it's just so refreshing working with like people my age again.
And lots of people. There's heaps of stuff on.
Yeah, there's like 10. I think there's like 10 staff, so that's kind of exciting.
And perks. You get a free beer after your shift as well.
Yeah,
By
they
all-
have quite a range of craft beer, both on tap and in the bottle shop.
I saw that in the bottle shop after we were there on Friday.
So I can either have a tap beer after, or I can take one from the bottle shop.
Yeah, right.
So I'm
Mate.
going to be getting they have a peanut butter stout, which I've been eyeing off.
I don't think that'd be good.
Apparently it's good.
I doubt it.
Apparently it's really good.
Cap.
You don't like stouts though, do you?
Not really.
So
Yeah, so I'm saying I wouldn't like it.
that's not what you said. You said it'll be bad,
Yeah, it will be bad.
in your opinion.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's dumb.
No, how's that dumb? I just said it'll be bad.
You should say I think it'll be bad, or you should have said I probably won't like it. It's a stout. I don't like stouts. But that would be naive of me to write it off entirely as a beer just because I can't drink dark beer.
No, it'll be bad, mate. It'll be shit.
Okay,
All right,
well-
we'll get it, and
Okay.
tell me and drink it on
Why
this
don't we
podcast.
do it next week?
and drink it on
Monday?
this podcast.
All right, I will. We'll do it next
Yeah,
Monday.
we'll-
You can try it as well.
Yeah, fucking thanks, mate. Yeah, we'll.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thanks, legend.
It looks good though.
We'll see.
I got a red ale on Friday night. The only thing about it is, which is why I haven't tried it yet, is it's like a 2.4.
So you'll be sloshed.
So
You'll be pissed.
I'll be tipsy after one.
Yeah.
beer. Yeah. That's why I didn't get it on the weekend. But alas, it's good to be back. It's
Good to be
back.
good to be back.
I felt pretty comfortable. It was very like most seamless transition into a job I've had so far. I mean, as you kind of hope after working in a bar for so long that it would be seamless,
Yes.
but it felt seamless. So
You beauty.
happy days.
Yeah. I walked up to Cody on his first shift though, and went, "Oh," because I hadn't had dinner, and I was going, "Oh, have you tried what's good on the menu?" And you're like, "Mate, I've been here for 2 hours. Like, this is my first shift. Remember? Like, how would I know?" And I was like, "Oh yeah, that's right." Sorry,
enough.
yeah, sorry.
Good point.
Yep. The halloumi burger was pretty good though.
Well, you've now tried more of the menu than I have.
Correct.
So
What did you get? You got nothing.
I haven't eaten yet. Oh, I had some mac and cheese balls on the first night
You beauty.
because I wasn't that hungry, and then I didn't have a break on Saturday.
Froth.
Tell you what though, the double shift in hospitality is such a like that term is thrown around so comfortably and it's so normalized in that industry because you're like, you know, I'm sure you've worked with people like that as well, but I've worked with so many people that are like, oh yeah, I do like 40 hours during the week and then I work like Thursday, Friday at a pub.
Yeah.
And it's like, I did it for the first time on Friday. My God, that is fucking tough work.
Well, at my work, you can't really do doubles, but you can do like a 7 to 5 or like a 5 to 5.
That's too long.
Which is a long time. And then sometimes it'll go longer than 5. Like you might be there till almost 6.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can do like, if you wanted to work, I've done a double one time where it was started at 7, finished at 5, and then I worked an event afterwards at 5:30, and then I left there at 12.
Well, what time did you say did you start?
7.
So you did 7. That's pretty much the same.
So I did like 7.
Yeah.
That day I did 7 till pretty much like 12 o'clock at night.
Yeah. That's what I did 8 till 12 on Friday.
Yeah. That was a big one. But yeah, like hospo, especially if you're like a team leader or like a floor manager or bar manager or something, and you have like a lunch and then you also have like a dinner.
At work?
At like a dinner service.
Oh, sure. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah. Like in like some restaurants and bars, like, yeah, you'll do a double.
Yeah. It's full on. I used to, like, one of the guys, Gus, who used to work at
Gus.
At fucking
yeah.
Nara.
Yeah.
He'd do 40 hours in a bottle like during the week.
Yeah, he was a machine.
And then he'd do like, I think he did Thursday,
Yeah.
like a bit on Friday and Saturday in the bar. And I'm like, he's like, mate, got to pay the bills. I'm like, yeah, but like, fuck me.
Yeah, I know. He went hard.
And he's not.
Well, he
like-
also had a wedding he was saving for.
That's true.
He was, yeah.
That's true. Shout out, Gus.
Yeah, he went hard though.
Yeah,
He
but there's
loved
so many people that are like that.
Mm.
Like, fucking hell.
Well, on casual rates as well sometimes, so kind of worth it.
Oh, it's good
some
money.
point.
Yeah, it's fucking good
Like,
money.
you get paid.
And like,
decent.
it'll be good for me. I've been literally paycheck to paycheck for the last 6 months, because you know Monday to Friday in an hospo, like you make sort of just enough money to survive.
But Saturday shifts,
But now
Sunday
that I have
shifts.
Saturdays, Sundays back, I will actually sort of
Oh,
have a bit of,
yes, sir.
and I won't be out as much. So I
Yeah.
probably won't be spending as much money either. So
Mate, that like $38 on a Sunday is very welcome.
yeah.
Yep.
One other thing, just while we're still sort of
Yeah. I'm just having a look
on
what we
my
got. Yeah, keep
topic
going.
of work,
Yeah.
obviously working in a cafe,
Yes.
that, you know, prides itself on its coffee, as I've discussed before. You know, weighing the coffee,
Etc.
every single fucking coffee,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah.
etc. I've been drinking like top of the line oat iced lattes for the last 6 months.
Been spoiled.
And this morning, as I was driving home, I got a servo coffee. And the milk options, and even if there was oat milk, I probably wouldn't have got it. But like the milk options are full cream and light milk.
You went from the penthouse to the shit house.
And it's like 4 hours later, my stomach's got
In tatters.
no idea what's going on.
6s and 7s.
I haven't had full cream milk properly in like, fucking 6 months.
Yeah.
Apart from the occasional like sip of a milkshake or like a tea.
So it's causing havoc.
I'm all at sea. And I don't know where I go from here. Do I
Is it
buy
a mental? Is it a like? Did you have full cream milk before that though?
Yep. I would have maybe a couple of years ago. I think I started going into oat milk just sort of tail end of last year. So just before I started in the coffee shop.
Yeah, righto.
But I think probably just because I haven't drunk milk for so long, it kind of was just like, whoa.
I'm mixed up.
Yeah, what do you get when you don't
Just
get
usually
full
just
cream?
get a latte. Just get oat.
Oat
I don't
latte.
like the other ones. But yeah, no, I just usually just get normal milk. But like, it doesn't act up on me that much. It's just like the classic coffee. You know,
It didn't used to on me, but I've been all at sea
you get used to
today.
it, mate. You get used to it. Well, you've been having up and goes. Surely they've got normal milk in
Yeah,
them.
you're right, actually.
Maybe it's the coffee.
Maybe
Maybe it's the type of coffee at 7-Eleven.
could have been the $1 coffee that
Yeah,
I
that
got.
absolutely destroyed you, mate.
The up and goes, to be fair. They're no joke. Have you had the protein ones?
Yeah,
They're fucking full on, eh? Like
The-
Kane.
they're thick. They're thick.
Kane insisted we split them when we went to Splendor, right? Which we'll divulge in a second. Me and Kane split up and goes, and I was like, all right, we'll get the protein ones. Dude,
Mate.
it's like drinking a fucking thing of paint.
Mate, they are thick, eh? The protein ones are like, you drinking it, you reckon you've had half of it, and it's honestly you've had a sip. You're like, I can't. Like finishing it is mentally straining.
Yeah.
Like it's tough.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, it's like drinking mud.
That's what it feels like. Anyway, I had like one at Splendor, and I was like, "That's too. I can't."
Yeah. Well, talking of mud, Splendor.
Splendor.
You did get them at Splendor. You were at Splendor, hence why we've also not been able to do the pod for 2 weeks.
Splendor. Is that? Should I start with Splendor?
Well, I just
Nothing
did an
real-
unreal segue into it. So
Yeah,
it'd be
we'll go.
nice to take advantage of it.
Yeah. Okay. Sure,
Thanks, mate.
No worries.
Cheers.
Good work.
Yeah.
Splendor happened.
Splendor happened. Talk me through it. The man on the ground, eyes and ears on the ground.
Yeah,
Cody Bryan.
You know, as our sort of pretty verbal push that's anti-mainstream media has been so well documented on this podcast, I will say some of the shit I read in the news after Splendor painted it as if we were like fucking
I thought it was
the Vietnam War.
I thought it was like it sounded like a humanitarian crisis the way they were going on about. Like thought there'd be like a live aid for it or something.
Yeah.
Like it was like crazy the way they were reporting it.
I had messages being like, I hope you're okay. I hope you're surviving. It's like, dude, I'm at it's a festival. It's raining.
It
And it's
rained.
a little bit muddy. It was pretty fucking muddy. But
Well, it rained. It only really rained the first day.
yeah, correct.
And the couple days before the actual festival. So if the festival was a couple days later, it wouldn't have been like it just was bad timing the way
Yeah.
that it worked out.
Yeah.
But the last 2 days by all reports were quite nice.
yeah.
And the second day was a bit overcast, but not too bad.
No, it was pretty much sunny. I think it was a bit overcast in the morning, but the sun was out for majority of the day. And once the sun came out, your spirits just really fucking lift.
Yeah.
We got really lucky. My crew, there was like maybe I want to say like 7 cars
Yep.
of us, maybe 20 people total ish. We got super lucky in all aspects, or at least 75% of the group did. Most of us went up, stayed either in Byron or halfway up on the Wednesday.
At Coffs with your grandma.
Yeah, so me, Kane, Jared, and D'Lo went and stayed with my nan in Coffs Harbour.
You beauty. How was
which
that?
That was awesome.
Yeah.
That was heaps of fun.
Yeah. Did you have a couple of beers with Nan?
We got a couple of bottles of wine.
Yeah.
Yeah, a couple
Bottles
of
of wine. Yeah. Nice.
Puddle rain. A couple bottles of wine on the way up. And as we walked in, I think Kane was like to my nan, "Oh, we got these for you." And then my nan was like, "Oh, thanks so much," which we then just ensued to drink.
Yeah.
Which was nice. Nan made us like pies with peas and mash.
Oh, big
So
feed.
we were
Yeah.
just like Aussie,
Good feed.
good feed right before we go into the festival. And she
Yeah.
has like quite a nice back outdoor room that overlooks like the lake.
Yeah.
Which was really nice. We just sat there, had a couple of bottles of wine, bit of a yarn. You know, just
Mate, wine and pies on the pergola.
Yeah.
How that's fucking peak.
just like what's the word? I don't know. Is it reveling? I don't know if that's the right word.
reveling.
Is that a word?
What do you mean?
Just like really soaking it in.
Reveling.
Reveling?
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah. I thought you revel in things that have already happened. Like you revel in
Yeah,
the
that's fine.
glory and stuff.
As it came out, I wasn't sure if I was
Yeah.
using it right, but we were basking in the glory of what was to come. Basically.
Yeah, okay.
We were sort of like, we had 6 days of work off, about to go to a festival,
Yeah.
absolutely lapping
Anticipation was peaking.
it up. Yeah. Yeah, it was. And yeah, we hit the road pretty early next morning. Tully and Amelia dropped into my nan's house as well the next morning.
Good to say hello.
My nan offered them the entire pantry
Yep.
and the entire fridge.
As they do.
It was pretty funny. My nan was like adamant on me taking like this leftover like chicken she
Yeah.
had and like a bag of chips and some other stuff. And I'd planned on taking it, but I must have left it on the bench. And as we're waiting in the line to get into the festival, the cars had been parked because it was a 3-hour line or whatever. Tully is like 2 cars in front of us, and he gets out with like the most smug look on his face, and he's like walking down with his big like spaghetti arms, like swinging with this box of chicken in his hand. So after I'd left it on the bench, my nan had gone out and given it to Tully.
Oh, right.
So Tully's walking down, eating my nan's chicken, like in front of me.
Man, he would.
He
He'd
was
be like, hey,
absolutely-
g'day, gents. And
Yeah.
he'd be like tucking into it right in front of you.
Absolutely loving it. That was pretty funny. But we got pretty lucky in that sense. It was we waited like 3 hours to get in, I think, maybe 3.5, which seemed long, but after the 12 hours that like Jared's brother waited and a few of the others.
Yeah.
3 hours felt like a blessing.
You got off scot-free.
which it was.
Well,
And
we did, for Beyond the Valley, like a couple years ago, we did, I think it was 5 hours, but it was 33 degrees. And there was not like they've set up any shade. There was like one tap for water.
Yeah.
And it was just like, yeah,
Survive.
just sit here. No shade, no nothing. It was just like, sit in your cars,
You'll be right.
windows down, you'll be sweet. You know?
As this bushfire's raging like 5Ks away.
Yeah, literally. It's like, it was fucked. But
Sweet. So anyway, we got sort of like set up, and just like the lack of authority at this festival was just adamant from the get-go.
right.
Because there's people just like volunteers, some of them like really happy and upbeat, like waving cars through. Some of them just like been standing in the rain for probably 7 hours.
They're just like, get me
it
out
is
of here.
Fucking pissing down on Thursday as well. So like they're just absolutely miserable from the get-go. No, hardly any cops, no real security, which was nice. We managed to smuggle all our drinks in.
Yeah, drinks.
And then as we're sort of going into the campground, like it's pretty clear that there's fucking mud appearing on the campground already. And the like parking,
Liaison.
sure, they're sort of like they're in the rain, so it's like it's very dramatic.
It's a very intense scene for them.
Yeah, it's almost cinematic.
Yeah, there's a lot happening.
And they're like yelling at cars, like, "Hey, keep going, come forward!" And we're driving. Like Tully kept talking about it. He's like, I was in the driver's seat, and like I could see there was mud in front of me, and I was gonna get bogged, but I didn't really have a choice. So he kind of just had to fucking drive in, and his car bogged from the get go, pretty much.
Because he had a big van, didn't he?
Yeah, he had a big juicy van.
Yeah.
But for the most part, I think probably, there was 6 or 7 other cars. We were all right, and we had a pretty good setup. Right, there was 20 of us. So we had heaps of gazebos, whatever. And we're sitting. Once we got everything set up, and everyone's tents were set up, and the gazebos were set up, it was kind of like, even though it was pissing down, we kind of felt like, all right, we're good.
We're settled.
We're settled. Lo and behold, the next morning, some of the girls wake up, tents flooded.
Oh, no.
They're in the mud, whatever. But credit to them, they've just picked up and moved everything to like the back corner, which wasn't too far. The back corner of the campground,
Yeah.
which was actually on a bit of high ground.
Yeah.
And we ended up just moving all our stuff over there and had like a really nice dry campsite.
Yeah, right.
So we got super lucky in that aspect
And my tent
as well.
went all right?
Mate, I don't know how. That thing is like, it looks like just like it's like a really light.
Yeah.
Like it's literally just a fly screen on the inside.
Yeah.
And has like just a little cover that goes over. I have no idea how it held up in that
It's
rain.
actually like a great tent. But
Yeah.
because I was saying to you, like, oh, yeah, there's a hole in it. FYI, just as like an insurance thing, like, oh, so you don't go, oh, Xander gave me a fucking dud tent. Like,
Yeah.
you know, classic Xander. Like, he stitched me up. I was going, mate, I'm just saying, you know, like, there's rain. The tent might have a hole in it somewhere.
You're just laying down the fine print.
I don't know where the hole is, but my dad told me there was one in it. So just watch out.
Yeah.
So you're there, and I called you on like the first day just to check in after hearing about the rain on the news. I was like, what's it like? And you're like, it's sweet. No worries. I said, how's the hole? You said, no hole. And I was going, that's weird. I'm surprised with that. That night, I saw my dad. So it was like the Thursday night, the Friday night. And I'm like, oh, where's the hole in the tent? Because Cody's using it at Splendour, and he said it's fine. He's like, oh, well, it's not as much as the hole, as in just like there's a drip every 12 hours. I'm like, mate, what the fuck do you mean hole? Like,
That actually was true. I can confirm. There was a drip.
yeah,
But it literally was like, it dripped, and the drip was right above my head. I reckon it dripped once in the 3 days on my head.
but that's what he said. He's like, yeah, there's a hole. And when I think hole, like I'm thinking like light is shining through it, like decent size, you know, like could be kind of annoying.
An issue.
He's like, no, it's just like a small leak. I'm like, that does not how you say, that is not a hole.
It's not even mentionable.
No, like it's not even real. And I was like, that is the most like dad thing that someone could say.
Yeah. But no, it fucking held up somehow. And it was really windy on the second day as well, but
It's fine.
stood strong.
Mate, pegs
thank,
in.
Thank fucking God.
Did you roll it up and put it away?
Yeah.
Oh, you beauty.
Yeah. That's the only reason you wanted me to use it. So
Yeah,
get packed up properly.
because I suck at rolling up tents. And I used it like months ago, and I still hadn't fully rolled it up and put it in the bag properly. And then when I gave it to Cody, I put it out the front. And he's like, "Oh yeah, thanks for packing it up nicely." And I was like, "Mate, I can't wait for you to put it away because you're a wizard at it. So that'll be good."
We probably covered that in Camponomics.
Yeah, we did actually. I think we did. But I'm glad it held up.
That should be like a resume skill, I think.
Rolling up tents.
Yeah, because a lot of people seem to not be able to do it.
It's just and usually by the end of a camping time frame, however long you're away, rolling up the tent is usually the last thing you want to do.
I've kind of got it in my mind, and I don't know if it's because I know that I'm good at it. But like when
You
it's the
look
last
forward to
day, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's fucking rip.
You look forward to it.
Yeah, let's pack this thing up. Let's get on the road now. But yeah, it's in the bag for you nicely, pegs and all.
Oh, fantastic. Can't wait.
I
I will say this about Splendor. One last thing.
Go.
We'll move on. I was not going to lie. You guys trying to get me to go. I was smug when I saw it was raining.
Yeah.
I was very smug.
Well, we were actually discussing how smug Ryan would have been. 'Cause
Yeah.
I think he sold his ticket in the
he
week leading
did.
up.
And I mean, like, I hate smugness on other people. I hate when people are smug, but I can't deny
Yeah.
there was a certain smug ability about me when I saw it was raining. And I was
Sure.
like, oh, it's pretty funny. Because this is the thing. I was talking to my brother about this as well because his mates were trying to get him to go. I don't mind getting dirty. I'll get dirty. I'll get muddy, whatever. But I like the idea that I can have a shower and go home and then be comfortable. Do you know what I mean? Like, mate, I would cover myself in mudslide, do everything. But nice knowing that I can go home, hot shower, boom, done. But being stuck in the mud sphere for 4 days, not being able to clean it off.
The showers.
Yeah, but wouldn't they just be inundated with mud as well?
Like a little bit, but like not muddy enough to not use them.
But like,
can
wouldn't you
still shower.
wouldn't you just get muddy getting straight away once you leave? You did.
I didn't like, and to be honest, I had like the workwear boots. I didn't even have gum boots. My feet stayed dry the whole time.
Workwear boots.
Like just like, you know, the ones that can't
Are
hear.
you going to wear them at your new job or are you going to wear the Salomons?
I've been wearing Salomons and all comfortable.
Sure. You know what?
So how's everyone gonna know I'm from fucking Erskineville?
Yeah, you know what? I've been seeing a lot of people wearing Salomons, mate. They're going out of fashion.
I know. It sucks.
They're getting mainstream, mate. You've cashed in too late.
Yeah, that's all right.
You're going to have to sell them.
But no, it honestly was fine because, hey, it's all right. You can come down.
Cody's roommates just interrupted us.
What was I gonna say?
It was fine.
It was
Not too
fine.
muddy.
Anyway, what I was going to say, yeah, you can still just have a shower, wash your hair, clean your body, put clean, dry clothes on. You're good to go.
Okay.
So,
But I'm not going to lie, that was what was making me smug. Because I
yeah,
was thinking
for
about
sure,
that.
understandably. I feel like if you were looking at that from the outside, being like, I don't wish I was there.
Yes.
But once the sun came out on Saturday morning, we had like 2 full days of like awesome
Ripping.
music and like just ripping and tearing. And it sort of just became like business as usual, but with gumboots on. So
True.
I had a great time. And the music was just obviously the best part about it, but everyone that I was like expecting to see was fucking awesome, which was really cool. Tyler was awesome. The Strokes were really good.
Weren't they like kind of like sloshed?
I think he's just a bit of a freak.
Yeah, right.
Julian Casablanca.
Yeah.
It's like, apparently he's sober. You wouldn't know it because he just kept like coming out and slurring all these words in between songs. And there was a point where I think like 3 or 4 songs to go, they all just walked off stage.
Right.
And the whole crowd was just there like, what is
going
going
What is
on?
doing?
And they just walked back on and played.
Did you
like-
see Jack Harlow?
Yeah.
Was he good?
No.
Fuck. Did I?
I don't know if it's because we were too far back, but it was really quiet.
Right.
But then when it was shit, we were kind of all like, what were we expecting? I think we'd kind of like got too deep in like the meme that we'd almost convinced ourselves that it was going to be good.
Yeah, right.
And then he just spent like the whole time like talking to the crowd and
I
being
kind
like,
of
were there any Jack Harlow fans out there?
yeah.
And I was like,
yeah,
kinda.
a couple.
more into the Strokes, but like,
Yeah. Yeah, I get if you want us to, sure. I'll be a fan. Yeah. I don't know. I'm not gonna lie. I actually did kind of like some of his new music on that album. I would have been kind of keen to see it.
I'd gotten to the point where I was keen to see him.
Yeah.
Too, but it was just really, we were up the back. It was pretty quiet and just a bit awkward. So
Yeah, right. Yeah, that's what everyone was kind of saying.
Genesis Owusu was really good. King Stingray. I'll say this about King Stingray. If you haven't seen them, I implore you to go and see them.
Good.
Yeah, like
Great.
even if you're like, this isn't my type of music, they play.
What
like,
type of music is it?
It's like surf rock, but they
Okay.
use like the main singer is like an Indigenous Australian guy,
Right.
and like they use a didgeridoo and all that sort of stuff in it.
Yeah,
So it's
okay.
fucking awesome.
Where are they from?
I don't know. I don't know.
Right.
I should have probably done a bit of research so I could talk about them because I would like to
That's
push
alright.
their music.
Well, it's 100% speculation. That's what we do.
Yep. But they were fucking awesome, just like electric, and like they covered "Yellow" by Coldplay
Was it?
for like a
Oh,
version
really?
for Triple J, and they played it live, and everyone was just fucking loving it.
Tears.
Dude, I'm not joking. At the end of the set, it's really wholesome because there's like 2 Indigenous guys and like 3 white dudes, or 4 white dudes maybe, and they just seem like the most wholesome. Like the lead singer is almost like cute, because
Right.
he's like just this Indigenous guy like with his servo sunnies on and like an Adidas bucket hat, who probably like came from nothing and now he's like a rock star.
Beast.
And like they did like a group bow at the end and it was just so wholesome. I literally had I nearly cried. I'm not joking.
Really?
And then I turned around to the boys and I was like, boys and girls, and I was like, holy shit, like I nearly just cried from that. And Wilson was like, dude, I'm not even kidding. Me too. Like I literally felt tears forming.
So it was an experience.
It's an experience. I would say like even like I wouldn't put their music on probably in the car or anything, but like just going to watch them play is fucking awesome.
right.
So they're like
Okay.
King Stingray. Check them out. If they pop up on your YouTube feed or something, give it a watch.
Well, our phones are listening. So yeah.
I'm sure they will now.
Mm.
Keep your eyes and ears out.
Yeah.
But that was
So that's a Splendor wrap.
that's pretty much it. I think.
That's it wrapped. You beauty.
And in terms of Tully's car that was bogged, I think the mud kind of just dried enough on the last day.
And
And this is the thing I really appreciated as well. All the cars that were bogged, a real sense of like camaraderie came together.
Yes.
As people from all campsites were coming over, pushing cars out.
Right.
Car would get out, everyone would cheer.
Right.
It was really wholesome stuff.
So there was a big lift amongst the group.
I think
everyone.
yeah, exactly. And we thought we were going to be there until like Wednesday or Thursday because some of the cars were bogged so bad, but everyone was out by like 11 on the Monday
You beauty.
on the road. Then Kane went for a little quick swim in Byron on the way back.
Say less.
Cleanse the soul.
Say less.
Cancels out every beer we had over the weekend.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was Splendor. There's probably a lot more that went into it that I can't really remember. Bit of Splendournomics
Yeah.
happening.
Camponomics.
Some that can't be spoken about.
Yeah.
You know, Camponomics, Splendournomics.
Is what it is.
That's it. That was Splendor.
Well, I'm glad you had a good time. Glad you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah.
Do
you want to move on yet? Because I just have one more thing to bring up.
Okay.
It's not about Splendor. It's about the previous weekend.
Okay, go.
Because the previous weekend,
It was your birthday.
it was my birthday.
Yeah, that's right.
I guess who wasn't there?
Uh,
Xander.
who's that?
What a good mate.
Well, look, I tell you what. I tell you this. Weeks earlier, I'd been invited to my other friend's birthday on the same night.
Yeah.
So both of your birthdays are on the same night.
Mm.
I got there. It was in Narrabeen. You call me at like 8, 9 o'clock going, yeah, come to the city. I'm like, I've just got here. Because I got there at like 7:30. I'm like, I've just got here. I'm not leaving. And then by the time that it would be socially acceptable for me to leave, it'd be 11 o'clock. I would leave. Take me an hour and a half to get there. I'd be there for an hour and had to come home anyway because I have work at 8 in the morning.
That's all right, mate. It's whatever.
And you're going, you, Kane and Rory were making me feel so bad. I was like feeling genuinely bad because I was like, fuck, like, I know they're G'ing me up, but you're actually making me feel really guilty right now. Like, I know this is a G up, but I'm actually it's actually making me a bit rattled.
I was sitting at like a table and I had my beer and I got, I think, Rory's beer and I put it like opposite me. And I was like, oi, Rory, I'll go and like be really sad, like take a photo of me and send it to Xander. And like, it was framed as if like I'd had a beer there waiting for you.
Yeah.
I was like sitting there waiting for you
Oh,
to get there.
mate. I was rattled.
It's all good, man. I know you're real, mate, so it's fine.
Yeah.
You must have a podcast with him too,
Yeah, we do actually.
That's cool.
But yeah, mate, you got me. I was rattled.
Yeah.
I was rattled.
Well, I had to. You deserved it.
Yeah, I did deserve it. But
That's so weird that like half my mates couldn't come when I told them maybe 12 hours before.
yeah, that's so weird.
How weird.
Yeah, that's so weird that people had other things planned. What do you mean you can't drop everything for me?
Wait, you didn't leave my birthday fully
Open
open?
without me telling you about it. Are you serious right now?
It's Pretty selfish.
I only gave you half a day's notice and you didn't clear your schedule. That's so weird.
That's whatever.
Yeah, you guys are fucking fake friends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's all right. I'll get over it.
Yeah, one day.
Okay, we can move on now.
We can, yeah, you had to just get that on your chest.
I said to
didn't
get it off
you?
my
Yeah,
chest.
yeah, yeah.
You've
fair
been weighing
enough.
me down for a few weeks.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just glad that you say it to my face. Okay, love and hate. Cody, I guess you could have your love could be the Metro thing. You didn't really write anything in.
Yeah, okay.
But
sure.
yours could be, I'm just looking at some of the notes you've wrote in. Yours could be the Metro, and then your hate could be the fact that people think you're not an athlete.
That's good.
Okay.
Should I divulge these since you brought them up?
Yeah, please do.
Okay. So my love this week,
Okay.
in my area, it's the Metro.
Explain for those who don't live in the bubble what the Metro is.
The Metro, for my Northern Beaches friends, would be similar to Warriewood Square.
Okay.
It's like a smaller
Shopping complex.
It's like a smaller shopping complex.
Not
It's
like a Westfield, not
Yeah.
like a Chatswood-esque situation where they have the two there.
yeah,
They're
much smaller.
they're like a quarter or a third of the size.
They're more prominent in like country areas, I would say. Like it'd
Yeah.
be like if you walked into any shopping centre in like Coffs Harbour, Port Macquarie,
Yeah,
they would all
yeah.
be the similar Metro
Yeah,
vibe.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
My point is, no matter where you go into one, there's
Yeah.
always a sense of just of just feeling safe.
Yeah, they're very relaxed.
They're just comfortable. They're safe. It's what you know. They're very just like Australian, I think.
We went to the one in Nowra on the way to Bennelong. Yeah,
We did.
That was great.
We did.
That
You
was-
can go to Woolies. There's always a Woolies. There's always a Baker's Delight.
there's always a Liquorland.
There's an EB Games.
There is always an EV Games.
A Lowe's.
There's always there is, and then there's always like a fucking like phone shop or something.
A
as well.
couple of phone shops. A few cafes.
It's very and like a sushi place, like very. If you're thinking mall, like shops, it's like quintessential mall shops are there.
Yeah.
You know,
It's like a mall, but it's just cut down to the absolute
core of a mall.
core of a mall of what you really, really
I don't
need.
think there's a mall in Australia that doesn't have a sushi. At least one sushi place there. And like you can't tell me otherwise because I'm actually going to believe. I don't believe you.
Yeah,
if there
I
wasn't
wouldn't
one.
believe you either.
Yeah.
What about you reckon in like Orange?
Yeah, I still reckon there'd be one.
There can be sushi in Orange.
Yep.
What about like rural South Australia?
Yep, I reckon there could be one there too.
The sushi.
They'd sell sushi, or at least in the Woolies, they would sell sushi. I reckon there's sushi available in every shopping centre in Australia.
Well, if a man wants a chicken katsu and avo,
Fucking give it to him.
give it to him, mate.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
On the contrary, my sort of beef this week, I don't know if you could call it a beef, but sort of an issue that's plagued me over the last month. It's been made aware to me more so by the people that have come to know me over the last 6 months as opposed to the people who've known me throughout high school, etc.
Yeah.
But I don't look very athletic.
You know, which is unfair because, like you're saying in high school, you know, you're quite the jock, if you will. You know, quite a well-known athlete. You know,
Well, I was a little soccer boy for sure.
yeah. You know,
But I just, Alex's girlfriend, Jodie, came to watch me. She didn't come to watch Alex. She came to watch me
yeah.
play soccer. And after I came off, she goes, "Oh, Cody, you're actually really good. I thought you were going to be shit." And I was like, "Thanks, Jodes."
Such a backhanded compliment.
Like, I kind of appreciated it. But at
Yeah.
the same time, I was like,
You could have just said, "Wow, you actually were you played well
"You
today.
surprised me."
You played well today."
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was kind of, it made me laugh. I
Yeah.
wasn't taking it. I wasn't offended. I thought it was funny. But then I brought it up with like, some other people.
And-
Tully, Isaac, the likes.
Yeah.
And Tully goes, I can't remember if it was Tully or D'Lo. It was one of them. And they went, "Yeah, when I found out you wanted to play basketball with us, I thought you were going to be like really unco."
But you could
But then EJ kind of explained to them that like, no, he's like,
you just get in.
he can use a ball.
Yeah, you can get in behind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then, but I guess like,
You're just not getting into the paint.
probably not.
No.
Not with any vigor. Oh, I might get in with vigor, but I won't do anything, that's going to worry anyone.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Can you shoot threes?
Yeah, 1 in 20.
Yeah. Nice. Same.
Look, I'm not the best basketball player, but I'm coordinated enough to fit in a team. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't know. I guess it kind of just can't. Like, if you didn't know me in high school, you'd just see me walking around in baggy pants and a beanie and be like, yeah, fair enough. He's probably fucking not good.
Well, you got a bit of pace by all reports. I've not seen it yet, but by reports you do.
Cross 10. After 10,
Huh?
my little legs don't kick after 10 metres.
Yeah, right. They got nothing in them. Yeah, right.
Yeah, Damien Cook spec.
Yeah, okay. Nice.
Fast out the blocks over 100.
Nothing.
Nothing. Not
Yeah.
nothing, but I'd be the last 30. I'd be on a treadmill.
Well, speaking of soccer as well, not to get sidetracked from our love and hate, but me and you both, our teams had our first win in about 10 weeks of the soccer season.
We were on a 10-game losing streak. My team.
Yeah, we hadn't won since round 1, and we've played 10 games, and that was so about 9 games ago, which has probably been about 13 weeks because of the rain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So 4 months.
Yeah.
3 months.
Yep, we haven't won a game of soccer.
You haven't won a game of soccer since like April.
And we beat the team coming second, and it was like we had won the grand final. We carried on.
As you do.
As you do. But
You know?
God, it felt good to be a winner again.
Yeah. It does, dude.
Yeah.
Winning at all levels feels good.
Yeah. And it just was like, oh, thank God. Thank God if I had chatting to anyone, how'd you go in soccer today? We actually won.
We won.
We actually won.
Yeah, I actively texted people that we won.
Really? Yeah.
Text like my dad, we won soccer today.
Really? Yeah, I was telling a few people about it. Yeah.
Still telling people about
Yeah,
it.
exactly. Whoever's listening right now. Felt good. It felt good.
Yeah. I was just telling you, I've got a huge monkey on my back because I haven't scored this year. I've been playing CDM lately, so that's kind of my excuse, but hit the post on the weekend. But the monkey grows. Gets
The monkey
bigger every
grows,
week.
mate.
Gets bigger every week. I'm putting it here so I'm accountable. Because when I score, it's coming.
Just take a penalty.
Well, Blav took the last one. He is now on 1 goal for the season. I'm
Take
on 0.
take the next one.
Yeah, I will.
Just command it.
I will.
Just be like, no, mate, it's me.
I will.
Yeah.
But yeah, fucking go UTS. Got to win.
Go UTS.
Go Saints.
Get up. Okay, love and hate. My turn now.
Divulge.
Quiet, please. The Blat. Love the Blat. Most underrated cafe option, in my opinion. Had one this morning. Bloody fantastic. Absolutely unreal.
I don't think I've ever had one.
Go to Barcino, Curly or Balgala. Fantastic.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
We'll just get one wherever you go, whatever cafe you go next. Get a Blat. They put a bit of garlic aioli in it. They toast it. It's phenomenal. Because it's fresh, but it's tasty. It's a bit healthy. Apart from the bacon, it's all pretty good for you. Very underrated, in my opinion.
Yeah, you kind of sold it a bit more with the fact that it's like fresh.
Yeah.
That's kind of a bit more of a pull. Because in my mind, I'm kind of like, I would never get that over a bacon and egg roll.
Well, it's like but there's just no egg in it, but you get avo, tomato, and lettuce.
I'd rather an egg, personally.
I like it better than a bacon egg roll.
Really?
Yep. Really.
I'm not, yeah, sure.
Because you get the same amount. You get more for the same price, pretty much. It's phenomenal.
I'd have to be in the right mindset. Even working in the cafe, I would get a bacon and egg roll maybe 4 days a week, I reckon.
Yeah, but that's just because that's your program to do that.
No.
You don't implore any other option.
No, I don't. Because I look at the menu and I go, I still just want a bacon and egg.
Try it. Just try it.
Okay. Yeah, I will. I genuinely will at some stage. But I'd have to be in the mood because most of the time when I go to a cafe, which will be less frequently now, I'll be absolutely teeing up that bacon and egg roll like a day in advance, you know?
All right, I'm gonna get you one next week.
Oh, that actually was my beef this week that I just remembered.
What?
Dude, house-made hash browns / potato roasties or rosties.
Yeah.
Just don't cut it.
What do
They
you
do not
say that
fuck-
again?
You know, like potato rosties
Yeah.
or like house-made hash browns.
Yeah.
As they're so labelled.
Yeah.
Do not hold up.
Not as good as the hash brown.
No way. Do you think so?
I don't mind a rosty.
I don't mind one, but it's no hash brown.
No.
If I go to a cafe and I can't get a hash brown, I have to get a rosty. I'm going to be slightly disappointed. Slightly.
Well, they're not as crispy. They're not as golden. They're not as crunchy.
No.
The main criteria.
And are they deep? Probably not deep fried? Are they
No,
pan
some
fried? They'd be
some of them
pan
are deep fried.
Okay.
The ones at my work are.
Okay.
But the ones at my work are more like a bit. They're pretty big, but they're pretty crunchy on the outside. But they're pretty soft in the middle.
It's almost like they're just lacking an element of flavour, I think, that the hash brown provides, probably through it being more unhealthy. But
Oil, salt, and
yeah, the likes.
yeah. But God, they taste good.
Hash browns are fucking incredible.
Mm.
But sorry, continue.
No, you're right, mate. Don't worry about it. So my hate this week, I've really had a gutful of people who comment on Facebook, like serial commenters who are on your friends list, and they just comment like really unnecessary things or just like their opinion every time. And you're like, you know what? Surely, is there not other things you could be doing than just like commenting on 6 different posts every day? I don't know. It just annoys me. Like, keep it to yourself.
Are they commenting on like funny videos? Or
No,
are they commenting
like
on,
anything.
News articles, or
Like-
are they tagging people, or are they
No.
openly? They're just commenting.
It's just like a full open. They're getting amongst the open forum discussions on Facebook comment sections, and I thought that was only older people that did that. I didn't realize there was younger people that actually engage in it. I was wrong.
Well, I'm a serial unfriender on Facebook, so anyone that does that, I usually just unfriend. But I'm totally with you on this.
I'm close.
I get
I'm real
secondhand
close.
like embarrassment.
Yeah,
or, like, cringe.
it does make me cringe because some of it is just like it's not necessary to share or comment.
It's not. I actually had a bit of a dilemma yesterday because I have Twitter purely so I can just be involved in like healthy / informed discussion about the NRL and the Tigers in particular.
Yeah.
Because you can't get healthy informed discussion on Facebook.
No.
But you can get it on Twitter.
Yeah.
And I have like maybe 10 followers from like my TAFE class from like 3 years ago. But I still hold a sense of insecurity that like if I comment or engage with this stuff, which I occasionally want to, sometimes I want to know something about a player or something. But I never do it just in the fact that I'm embarrassed that some kid from like 3 years ago is
He's going to see it and be
see
like,
me commenting
what a
on it and
weirdo.
be like, what a freak.
It is freak. Just commenting on stuff is just like, but not commenting just a tag, commenting like
Just a comment.
a serious comment is just, I reckon, a bit freak. Like,
Well,
if they got rid of the comment section, I would be much happier. I think everyone else would be too.
Yep.
Because I reckon you just, you shouldn't let everyone voice their opinion because they're not always right.
No.
And no one cares.
No.
And yeah, I can just not read it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I want to see what people are saying when they shut their 2 cents in so I can go, that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
And then move on.
I want to have it both ways.
Yeah, I want to have it both ways, but also get rid of Facebook comment section.
I agree. Like we've got freedom of speech, but some people shouldn't have it.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
I agree.
It's like there was
Just because you can say something doesn't mean you should.
Yeah, agreed, 100%.
Yeah.
There was like a lot of people, especially last week. Obviously, maybe we should divulge this in the back page. Maybe we should steer clear. I'm not sure just yet. But obviously, the debacle that happened last week with Manly and their seven players standing down. There was a lot of people going in the Hello Sport group in particular.
Yeah.
I think the Hello Sport boys posted like, if you say anything anti, or like if you say anything in agreement with what the Manly players are doing, or if you're pushing any negative ideals or any ideas that are excluding a group of people, or anything that might offend someone, you'll be kicked from the group. And that's that. And like one of the comments was like, well, what if we disagree on opinion? Like, what if I have a different opinion to you and I disagree? Should I just not comment? And they were like, yep. Fucking keep it to yourself.
Yeah. Is it that hard to keep it to yourself?
Yeah. It's like, it's such a weird one, right? Because it's, basically as I just said, it's like, even if you disagree with this and whatever, you have like, inherited religious beliefs or whatever, at the end of the day, you look at it from at the core value of it, you are excluding a group of human beings who are equal to you, whether it's your religious belief or not. So, shut up.
No, yeah, exactly. I
know
totally,
what I mean?
yeah, I totally agree. And it was just like open up such a can of worms across just like a couple different topics, obviously, with the Pride jersey saga.
They really went about it the wrong way.
I just thought it was a shame that like I didn't really see anything from those players apart from them just saying, "Oh, we're not going to play." Like they didn't front the media. I didn't see them front media at all
No.
or anything. Don't really like face any repercussions for doing it from the club or from the NRL.
Well, the repercussions are that Manly probably won't make the finals now.
Well, yeah, but also like I was thinking like surely if what they're doing goes strictly against the NRL's like inclusion policies, doesn't that mean they should be fined
Yeah.
for that?
I
Or
agree.
or don't there should be some kind of repercussion. It was sad not to see any.
I think
What Trent Robinson actually probably had the best take on the whole thing.
Share that on the Barfly.
Because everyone else, a lot of other people in the league community, which was really disappointing, I thought, they kind of like sat on the fence a little bit, like, oh, like it's not good, but everyone's entitled to their opinion. Like that was the kind of general
Rhetoric.
going around from media and everyone, which to be fair, I found quite disappointing.
Yeah.
Because obviously, like, that's people just not wanting to burn bridges, sitting on the fence, not wanting to cause an upset. When I felt Trent Robinson kind of really like...
He summed it up really well.
He summed up really well without... He actually made a general statement. He didn't just say, or people into opinions, but, it is what it is and it's just a shame. He kind of actually condemned it and said no one's bigger than the game. No one's better than anyone else. Like everyone should be included. We're all equal. And it was good to see someone make a general comment because I thought it was it was a shame.
Yeah, it's a massive shame. And I think at the end of the day, sure, it is just these players and, they probably just think of it as like, I don't believe in it, so I'm stepping down or whatever. But they probably, maybe it's unfair of me to say that, but their actions are affecting people like all the way down to like...
And they don't even know.
And they don't even realize the repercussions that are happening. Like me and you obviously both have people close to us that this has directly affected. You know what I mean? So it's just, it's disappointing is the only real word I can think.
Yeah.
I kind of, and at the risk of sitting on the fence here, I do kind of agree the way they went about it was
Manly.
was poor.
Yeah, the way Manly kind of orchestrated it was poor, but the intent was obviously, it's a good
Their
idea.
intent was right, yeah.
Intent was right, but like obviously organised poorly.
Yeah, for sure. And I sort of agree with you at the end of the day. Like the NRL does need to do more, especially for the LGBTQI plus community, I think, especially going forwards. But
There's been nothing.
Exactly.
There's been nothing.
Exactly. There's nothing.
The AFL started doing it
Yeah.
recently. The A-League had the first openly gay soccer player
Yep.
in the world,
Yep.
which is kind of crazy.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like soccer, football, the biggest sport in the world.
Yeah.
There's only one openly gay soccer player, and he plays for Adelaide United.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like that is like nuts.
It seems like almost otherworldly that's still the case this year, like in 2022.
So sport definitely lagging behind other areas of other communities in terms of like being active about inclusion and stuff.
Totally. And I think going forwards now, this does sort of, whether we like it or not, this will sort of serve as a little bit of a speed bump, which is exactly the opposite of what Manly were trying to do, I think.
Yeah. Well, I think when you try to do something like this, there's always going to be opposition to some level. That's still kind of lingering around, unfortunately. But I feel like this first time's not gone as smooth as maybe the club or NRL would have liked. But I feel like next year, I feel like it'll be done a lot smoother, and there'll be a real element of like, instead of it feeling like it's been thrown together, it'll have it'll have a focused effort.
I agree, and I look forward, and I hope that the NRL do make an active effort to push the cause and sort of make amends for what's happened this year. In a sense.
Definitely, I would agree, 100%.
Very, very disappointing though. It's just
It's a shame.
it's a shame.
We're on about 50 minutes now.
Are we really?
Yeah.
Oh my god! Should we just?
Look, we got one announcement. So today, no Nat Geo Barflies /pub trivia because, drum roll please, dun dun dun, we have a conspiracy theories series coming for you starting next week. We're going to get into, on Barflies, Nat Geo Barflies, some of the biggest and best conspiracy theories.
Yeah,
we're gonna debunk them. We're gonna look into them. We're gonna discuss them. We're gonna think about them. We're going to disagree, or maybe agree with them. Who knows? We could have our minds changed. I was showing Cody the Great Awakening map. Now, if you want to see something a little bit cooked,
For lack of a better word.
for lack of, that's the best way to describe it. It's been cooked. All right,
It's cooked.
It's cooked. Type up the Great Awakening map on Google.
Yeah.
And just, if you've got 5 minutes, it's
Cast
pretty,
your eye.
it's pretty big. You're going to have to zoom in on parts. There's a lot to it.
Your fingers will have to get into their work. That's for sure.
Yeah. And just kind of skim over it because there's like things on there that you're just going, like, how is someone going to try and like rationalize this as like a logical thing that this exists? Like the underground Nazi Antarctica bases. Like, yeah. No, they're definitely there, mate. 100%. You're bang on. How'd you know that?
Yeah.
How did you know that?
Yeah.
Like, you're a genius. Anyway, we'll get into it. That might be one of the topics.
That's
Who
a little
knows?
teaser.
That's a little teaser. But look at the Great Awakening map if you want to just kind of look at something just cooked because it's worth it. Okay. I got a topic for you. Someone else said this to me. I can't remember who it was, but I liked it so much that I stole it. Sorry. Have you ever had the same Uber driver twice?
No, I don't think so.
Like, you don't reckon you've ever had the same one twice?
No.
I've never had the same one twice. I've never had the same one twice, but usually when you get an Uber, you're blind, so you wouldn't know.
Yeah, for sure. That was my next thing. Like, there'd be times where probably I haven't talked to the Uber driver or whatever, so I just wouldn't remember.
I reckon I've had the same Uber Eats delivery person,
Okay.
but I don't think I've had the Uber driver.
How do you know you've had the same? Just you've seen their name.
Just, I think, name. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure. I'm 90% sure it was the same guy. one
Okay.
time.
No, I've probably had Uber Eats. Like I've ordered it off my own phone less than 10 times in my life.
It's not the case for me, man.
I don't know. The delivery fee just really deters me.
Yeah, I usually just get pickup now. I just go and pick it up, but I order it on there,
Okay.
and you don't pay any fees.
Okay.
But yeah,
That's the same thing as just going to the shop. No, but it's just ready when you get there.
yeah, yeah. The delivery fee, you know what's bullshit? The service fee. What the fuck is the service fee? Delivery fee is like, you're already paying for the food. Why do I have to pay for the service? Like, why do I have to pay an extra $2? Like,
Yeah.
show me what this service fee is actually for and why it costs $2.
Yeah.
Like, what is that? Do you know what it is?
That's a scam.
It is a scam. I reckon it's an absolute fucking con, mate.
It's a daylight robbery.
Well, like, sometimes the service fee is like $4. And I'm going, what is this $4 for?
What am I paying?
What is it for?
Is it just, it probably just goes straight to Uber Eats, no?
But like,
It's,
it actually, yeah.
oh, mate,
Look,
you're
I
absolutely
don't
right.
know, but it seems like a service fee for Uber Eats should not be costing that much. Like, they already make money. Like, why do we have to pay more money? Anyway, it's a blow up. It's a fucking joke, mate.
Dog eat dog world, mate.
Mate, it's a doggy dog world, and Uber is well and truly feasting on my bank account. I'll tell you that for free. Already covered the back page a little bit on that topic. That's one from during the week. We'll get into some more rugby league as we do.
We're into the back page?
We're back
I think
page.
we're there. That was the quickest hour
That was
we've done in a while.
That was quick.
That flew.
That-
I remember talking about Splendor and the NRL for a little bit. Now
Yep.
we're here.
Now we're here. Now we're ready to rock. Subsequently, roll. We're here, back page. Nothing really has been happening in the sporting world. It's kind of the off season for every sport right now, apart from rugby league. Soccer, EPL's back next week. Cristiano Ronaldo staying at United.
Has he signed a new contract?
No, he's just continuing on his current one. Man City have Haaland. I'm scared. Liverpool have Nunez. Is that his name? Nunez?
Nunez, yeah.
Nunez.
something like
He looks like a bit of a freak.
that. Nunez.
Yep.
Yeah?
Cost him 90 mil.
Did he really?
Yeah.
Remember when Bale signed for 100 mil for Real Madrid in like 2014, and it was like the biggest transfer of all time.
But
and then
he
Neymar
was-
literally doubled it. Like,
But
2
he
years
was
later.
worth 100 million.
Totally. Like 100 million for Bale in this day and age is like normal.
Yeah. Well, he's in
Back
the
then it was
MLS now.
groundbreaking. Yeah, no.
Crazy. Yeah, that's nuts. It's nuts that Bale only cost 100. Fuck, that is crazy. Yeah, nothing really doing in the sporting world right now.
Oh, no,
No
not too
cricket.
much. Well, we can just talk rugby league
Oh, well, I'm happy to. But I'm just saying, in general,
outside of that.
yeah,
Quiet.
NFL, not back. NBA, couple weeks away still.
Premier League.
Premier
Good
League
weeks.
next week.
Southern Hemisphere joys, mate.
Yeah, let's drop, baby.
Tigers.
Are we just going to start at Tigers?
I think we have to.
So we're not going to go game by game. We're
Nah.
just going to go.
We don't
okay.
go game by game very often.
No, okay. Yeah, you're dying to talk about it.
I
You're
don't have much to say about it. I just wanted to acknowledge it.
You don't have much to say, but let me just get my 4 pages of notes on the Tigers game and why it was so great.
I genuinely don't have much to say, just that we won and I'm happy.
Ambush at Suncorp, Tigers. Jackson Hastings, Luke Brooks, both not going to play for the rest of the year. Was that from the Carrigan hip drop tackle?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty disappointing.
I didn't see the tackle, did you?
Yeah.
Was it bad?
Yeah.
Was it a genuine hip drop
It was
tackle?
a genuine hip.
Yeah, okay, righto.
It was like there was 2 players around his upper body, and then Carrigan grabbed him like under the ribs and sort of just fell down, and then Carrigan's hips sort of fell on Hastings' ankle,
And that
and they
was...
folded him backwards,
Oh,
and he broke his fibula.
fuck. Yeah.
It just was really, really unnecessary, which is the frustrating part because Patrick Carrigan, at least from I don't watch too much Brisbane, but he seems like a relatively clean player.
Well, I mean, he's been churning out great numbers this year. And
Exactly.
then best player in the Origin series of Queensland.
Totally.
He won the Wally Lewis medal.
I can't remember Patrick Carrigan's suspension off the top of my head.
Or penalty. He's kind of gives like Gerbo vibes.
Gerbo vibes.
But you don't see Gerbo put the hip drop in place.
No.
Doesn't need to.
No.
Never has,
No,
never
it
will.
was reckless. It was careless, and look, it's got one of our best players gone for the season. Not that we were, going to do anything productive, but when you see things like that, the hip drop, the cannonball tackle, a spear tackle,
Yeah.
shout out Nathan Cleary.
Yeah.
It's always disappointing because it's like,
Well, you had a couple weird incidences the last kind of this round because you had Jared Hargraves stick his forearm and elbow into someone's chin and throat. No punishment. All right, looked pretty deliberate. You then had Nelson Asofa Solomona doing someone pretty dirty.
what did he do? I didn't see it.
His was. Oh, I literally watched the video
Was it
yesterday.
a tackle or?
It was, I think it was a tackle and possibly afters. Maybe I'll have to look into it again. It's going to annoy me because I have actually watched the video. Missed any repercussions for it. He then obviously had the Nathan Cleary spear tackle. And then he got 5 weeks. He's going to get 5 weeks. But you just see like every game like something different. Like you see like a swinging arm high shot.
Yeah, who was
And then-
that one on?
so-
Ramian or something? Ramian in the Cronulla game?
No, so in the Manly game there was one where the rookie player came through swinging arm, took him around the head. Nothing, just a penalty. But then you've got the week, like a week or two earlier, you had someone do the same thing. We had 2. You had one in the Origin game, just a penalty, no sim bin. Then you have like one in that Manly game, just a penalty. And then you got Rapner who got 10 in the bin for it, and then got 3 weeks for the same thing in the Storm Raiders game a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, right. I can't remember.
So it's kind of weird. Like you see the same tackle get penalised 3 different ways.
Yeah.
So within 3 weeks.
Yeah, it's bizarre. Well, obviously, and we didn't talk about the Tigers-Cowboys game a week ago,
Yes, dude.
but
Well, like it was a farce. That's the best way to describe it. Like that ref deserves to be dropped. They both did, to be fair, because what was like in that game alone, the amount of bad decisions was crazy. Like the bunker made like 3 wrong decisions in the one game. So it was all kind of culminating.
yeah,
Yeah. Is that
it
the word?
culminated.
Culminated into this one event So the writing was kind of on the wall for it. And it was just like, are you joking? You know?
It was hard to watch. I kind of had to just avoid listening to anything about it all week because it just kind of made me so frustrated.
And the thing as well is, so they were able to, siren went and they were able to blow the captain's challenge, even though no whistle went.
That was my biggest issue.
But the thing, okay, and then 2 weeks earlier, Dragons versus the Raiders, Ben Hunt was questionably square at marker, makes tackle on the 80th minute, right in front of the goals, and the ref goes, "Nah, tackle completed." They try captain's challenge. They get told you can't challenge it, and Raiders 2 points would have won them the game or drew the game for golden point. 2 weeks later, Tigers Cowboys play for an escort. They're able to call it after the siren's gone and tackle's completed.
Yeah, that's what it was for, but he didn't actually challenge anything because the ref didn't make it.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
100%.
So how can they challenge it? Even if that one, the ref literally did make it.
Yeah, exactly.
And the ref didn't even make a call then. He said no challenge.
Yeah, he called full time, and then what did Chad Townsend challenge it being full time?
Yeah.
So no, it's not over. I want to challenge that.
Yeah.
And the thing was, it just, the more you look into it, the worse it gets, right? So you look at Asu Kepaoa and Kyle Felt running for the ball. Kepaoa doesn't look over his shoulder. His eyes are on the ball the whole time. He's not even within catching distance of the ball.
Kyle Felt runs into him.
Kyle Felt runs into him.
And then dives.
And then they both kind of fall over as you would naturally, colliding shoulders and not looking at each other.
Yeah.
And then fucking the guy kicking the ball, who kicked it off? I don't know who kicked off.
Val.
Was it Val? He's standing in front of the ball, so he's offside. Oh mate, it was just a shambles. The easier call would have just to have been, nah, he dived. He dived, game over.
It
Full
was
time.
a dive though. It was
was.
100% a dive.
For sure. And that was just Kyle Felt being smart and going, I'm never going to get to the ball. I'll just, milk this for all it's worth and try and get something out of it. And so he did. And it cost the Tigers a game, and it's probably got the Cowboys into a top 2 spot. So,
Gamesmanship, whatever, happens every week. There's always a bit of gamesmanship. But I mean, how many games this year, or how many more times in the future is a decision like that going to just happen again and again? Because this year, the amount there's one at least every round where there's a call that is just completely wrong. And even I was watching the Knights Bulldogs game. The Knights' 2 tries were off 2 of the most forward passes I've ever seen in my life, with the linesman standing directly there. I'm going, one of them gets, the Fox is standing there, and it gets thrown so forward it goes around that side of him for the winger to catch it. And I was going, how does that not get called forward? And then during the Manly game, Luke Keary throws a 3-man cutout that is in no way, shape, or form a forward pass. He's standing on the 20, throws it, the winger catches it as he's running onto the ball, onto the 20. And they're no, it's forward.
and then Manly threw one that was a metre forward for a try, did they not?
It is actually ludicrous.
It's really frustrating. And I'm not one to slander the referees. I'll try and bite my tongue for the majority of it. But, when something like that, when a direct call in after full time.
But there's no repercussion. Those refs don't have to front media. They don't have to do anything. It's just oh, yeah.
He gets dropped for a
He
week.
gets dropped. Oh, too bad. Oh, he didn't do his job right. And he's supposed to be the best ref.
Ashley Klein is not a fucking good referee. I've said it.
And
it's always him.
And the weekend before, Panthers Roosters game, how many calls did he get wrong? Cost the Roosters the game.
That's very frustrating.
Yeah,
very frustrating.
It is frustrating. In other news, the battle for the 8. Like we were saying before, Manly probably out now. Have to win every game. Don't think it's going to happen. Dragons probably also out. Raiders looking pretty strong.
Coming home
pretty strong. They've
Who's 7-8 at the moment?
Rabbitohs Roosters are 8. And then the Eels are 6th. Mate, no Moses. No Moses for the Eels. I'm not sure what their run home's like, but,
The Eels have got Manly, Souths, Dogs. Next 3.
And what have the Raiders got?
Raiders have got
The Raiders have got,
Panthers, Dragons, Knights.
look,
Dude,
no one's got an easy run home
and
per
it is
se.
no easy run because the Tigers have beaten 2 of the top 2 teams.
Yeah.
The Dogs are knocking off fucking everyone in front of them at the moment.
Yeah.
The Titans are due for a win. So it's like, I don't know, even
Mate,
Newcastle.
I don't know
it's
how
just like, you wouldn't want to come up, you wouldn't be comfortable against any of these teams at the moment.
This is the thing, right? So Newcastle were easily, in my opinion, the worst team in the comp right now.
Yeah.
Okay. But somehow they've won games this year, and I don't know how. Like the Gold Coast team, you watch them play. Yeah, they lose, but they've actually got some ticker, and they are trying. And they're like, there's an effort there, but they're just a young team. That Knights team has experience, has plenty of solid players, and they're playing like trash.
They suck.
Like
Newcastle actually suck.
genuine, like without, and especially without Ponga, like there's nothing.
They're shit.
They've got one of the, on paper, like an amazing forward pack, couple of outside backs who can do something, like, and you'd even think Milford, like, for him playing and all he's done, like he'd be able to generate some form of spark and ability, but he has been subpar. Like Adam Clune, like I like how but he's not a star player. He's just like a solid 7. Like he's just going to come in and just try his best, but he's not going to light the game on fire. No. The only player with a bit of X factor left is Clifford, but they won't play him. He played last week, but I don't think him and Milford can be on the pitch at the same time. No. Like it just can't. It just can't happen. I don't know. I can't see them winning any more games this year. Tigers, no Hastings, no Brooks. I don't know.
I didn't think they were going to win another game. They somehow beat Brisbane.
Yeah. But yeah.
We got Newcastle at Leichhardt this week, so.
I'm happy to see the Warriors, sorry, not the Warriors, the Canterbury.
The Dogs.
Like playing a bit with some flair, with some ticker, just with a bit of energy. Like it's good to see. They got a bunch of young blokes in there now. I really think Max King has made a massive difference to that team.
Is he the lock? Does he play lock?
He plays in the middle, like front row prop, but he also has played a bit of lock. They're losing Jeremy Marshall King, but they're getting Reid Marnie, and they're also getting Kikau next year. That will make them even better than they are.
Does Mick Potter get a contract?
Apparently, Serraldo's all but locked in. Apparently, but look, Mick Potter, they've been scoring like 24 plus points a game since he's joined. So look, yeah, their defense could do with a bit of something, but like they're still playing some pretty good footy. And then looking at this, and I could reckon that Canterbury could beat some of those top 8 teams. Maybe not the Cowboys, but they could beat the Eels. They could upset the Sharks, and I think they could do Manly as well.
The thing with Serraldo, I think, it's like signing an assistant coach as your first grade coach
again
is always a risk.
I know.
No matter how much or how many raps he's got on him or how much experience he's got under Ivan Cleary, like look at the assistant coaches that have come from Craig Bellamy and haven't succeeded. Like
Adam O'Brien, assistant coach.
Who's the Anthony Seibold?
Yeah,
didn't succeed. I think there's been a couple of others that obviously don't come to mind right now, but there's still an element of risk with Cameron Serraldo. That's my only.
The only one that has really made a good transition at the moment has been Craig Fitzgibbon.
And he was under the Roosters for nearly a decade, I think, before he
Roosters and then also Blues. He was the Blues assistant coach under Fittler. So like pretty extensive assistant coaching ability. It was like you'd say, okay, it's time for this bloke to make the jump.
And it seemed like he bided his time really well.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like he was probably assistant coach for nearly a decade before it seemed like he was sort of waiting for the right job to come up, and then the Sharks one came up and he was like, all right,
this is it.
I can work with this.
And you know what? Sharks looking pretty good.
They're fucking
They're looking great. I mean, Penrith game, they were ahead for 40 minutes. They let it slip in the second half. I would
have tipped them against South and they got up.
Yeah, I did. the Storm game, last time they versus Storm, I think they only lost by 10 points. It was like 40-30.
Yeah.
I think they can match those teams. They probably just need a bit more time, maybe. But
Come on, time.
Come finals,
It'd be good if they get in the top 4 and they lose the first game, let's say to Penrith or Melbourne. I think it'll still be a really good experience for them just coming into the next 5-year period that they're going to have now with Nico and all that there. So,
but like the thing with the 8 this year, if it stays the way it is right now, I think the Roosters from 8th could make the grand final.
Yeah, me too.
Beat probably anyone else
The
there.
Roosters at 8 is kind of exciting, actually.
Yeah, I like it. And like Rabbitohs will probably finish 6th or 7th.
They
and
could
then
beat anyone.
5th will be Broncos or Storm.
The whole top 8 could beat each other.
Yeah, anyone there could win. I think the Broncos would be a smoky. I think the Broncos would be interesting because it'll be like they would be a nightmare team to verse because they could they've got enough to maybe even do Penrith with the pace and like just like if they wanted it enough, I think they could do Penrith.
Who's their first choice 9 at Brisbane?
Corey Pakes. But that's what kind of lets them down is they don't have a legitimate 9.
And they don't have a legitimate fullback either, and they're still fucking killing it. So like,
No, Tessie New's been playing really well.
I don't think he played well on the weekend, did he?
Yeah, he played. He
I
scored.
thought everyone was calling for him to get dropped.
No, he
And
scored.
have Tamari Martin. I know he scored,
Nah, mate, not
but it's
dropping
not just
Tessie
about
New.
that. I know
Tessie
you
New,
love
mate.
him,
He's
but like
good.
I was just reading things and everyone was saying Tamari Martin's got to be back there.
No.
No,
I don't know. I reckon Broncos could upset a few teams.
look, Tessie New's no Scott Drinkwater. Put it that way.
No, he's no Scotty Drinkwater.
He's not an A grade.
No,
He's a B rated sort of fullback. I would say.
but like, yeah, it is an interesting time. Any of those teams could really turn up. It's just Penrith. Like, you don't think anyone's really going to beat. Only teams with like a bit of X factor could beat Penrith.
Parra's
Para's beaten them twice now. I don't think Para are going to beat them again.
Look,
though.
I still think Penrith will charge into the finals.
Yeah,
But there's still a part of me that believes most of those top 8 teams could beat them.
yeah.
Roosters could beat them. Para
Yeah.
could beat them. South could beat them on their day if they played really, really well.
Storm could still.
Storm could.
Like, even
Cowboys.
without Cowboys. Sure, yeah.
Going to be good finals.
Mate, it's going to be a great final because they're all
foaming at the
very
mouth.
even. And all it takes for a team like the Raiders, who are just sniffing on the edge of the 8, to make it is one of those teams to lose two in a row. Like, if South lose again,
Trouble.
they're only a point behind. You know what I mean? Like, and even the Eels, like if the Eels lose again.
The Eels are 3 wins in front of 9th, so I think the Eels are good.
But I'm saying a stutter from any team inside that 8 right now
Could be costly.
could be costly because you've got a team like the Raiders just
Yeah.
going, we're charging.
Well,
We're
the
playing
Raiders
great
need to
footy.
keep winning. They need to keep winning. I'd still rather be. I'd still rather be the Roosters or the Rabbitohs, and I'd rather be.
But
than
to be
the
fair,
Raiders.
even if the Raiders got into the 8, I reckon they could beat almost any of those teams as well.
Mm.
Like, they've been playing that. Now that they've finally got their team right,
Yeah.
no injuries, they've got people back. Like, they've been playing with some real.
Vigor.
Like, they were a man down against the Storm, and they still held them out, and they won. You know, yeah. They just maybe need to improve that for and against. But other than that, I'd be watching. Yeah. Like, it's so close.
Gonna be a good end to the season.
Yeah, I'm pumped, if you can't tell. Okay. Is that anything else you want to add?
That's pretty much us.
No. Music?
Music this week, as touched on, Splendour. Genesis Owusu, one of the most amazing performances that I've seen. The way I'd describe it, and I can't believe I didn't talk about this when we were talking about Splendour. When we were watching him, it felt like we were watching like a crazy international artist. Like, it was, that guy is going places.
Yeah.
He's seriously going places. And his song WUTD, not a new song, but
WUTD.
as in W UTD.
Yeah.
I was going to make an acronym, but my brain went to mush.
Okay.
Not a new song, but it's fucking awesome. And he's fucking awesome.
Check it out.
I don't know when his next Sydney show is, but you will catch me there.
Okay. You heard it here first. That's that. Episode 46. Thank you for joining us again. Welcome back. It's been 2 weeks.
Welcome back to Mondays.
Welcome back to Mondays. Welcome back to the pod. We're happy to be here, and we'll see you soon. I'm Alexander,
I'm Cody.
and we'll catch you.